Peace family, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you guys know, this is going to be another general reading. If you guys are interested in personal readings, I definitely do offer them, okay? All that information is going to be in the description box down below like always. So today's reading, we're going to do a general with a little bit of a twist, okay? We're going to do another deep dive. Today we're going to tap into the situation, the relationship, the energy of Megan Thee Stallion and her now estranged ex-boyfriend, fellow rapper Pardison Fontaine, okay? Unfortunately, I really don't know his real, like, full government name, so for the purpose of this reading, we'll just call him Pardison or Party for short, okay? And we have Megan as well. So thank you guys again for being here. Please don't get too hung up on the signs, okay? If a particular sign does happen to stand out, I will absolutely make sure to mention it in regards to both of them, all right? So before we get started, I have two cards already pulled out from the Kipper deck just to keep us organized, to see and to keep us in check with who we're talking about. So I have main female out here, and that's for Megan. And then I have main male on the other side, which will represent Party, okay? So we're going to just dive right into this. I'm going to start with Pardison, and kind of see where his head is at, what kind of happened, why they even broke up in the first place, where his feelings real, were her feelings real, was it just PR? But we'll tap in and see what's going on. We'll start with some oracle decks, and then we'll get into some tarot to clarify, and we'll go from there. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know if you guys want to hear about a certain topic or a certain person or whatever it may be. I'm definitely open to all types of suggestions. So leave a comment, let me know how you guys feel. All right, so we're gonna just tap right into this and see what's going on. Like I said, we're gonna start with some oracle deck. An oracle deck here. We're gonna start with Pardison's energy, and we'll go from there, guys. Holy Spirit, please give us some clear and concise messages for this reading. Ooh, thank you. That was fast. Ooh, okay. Camera. It says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. Okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna get one more of these, and then I'll get to some tarot and clarify. But I feel like, with this camera card coming out, I feel like the word perception is really standing out to me very heavily for some reason. I feel like he may have seen or perceived her, in regards to Megan one way, and maybe he was kind of thrown off guard or surprised to really find out, how she actually was once they finally started being together and in a relationship. It also says learn from the past, make memories. So I feel like something about this relationship kind of reminded him of maybe someone back from home, or someone that he used to date back in the day or something like that. And I also feel like he, still kind of has pictures of her in his phone, or of them having fun, going out on dates, doing shit together. He may, kind of reminisce and still kind of scroll back on those photos in his camera roll in memory of her and the good times that they did have together. Okay. But the word, again, perception, is really standing out for me right now. It's kind of like someone's viewpoint may have been like altered, or in this case with the word camera, like a filter was used in a way. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I definitely feel like he may have seen her one way, and then once you really get involved with somebody, or in this case, when he really started getting involved with her more seriously, he may have changed his viewpoint or realized certain characteristics about her personality that may not have sat too well with him. Okay, I'm gonna get one more of these. What's going on with Party? Where's his energy in this Holy Spirit? Thank you. Ooh, okay, I got two more that fell out, so I'm gonna keep them. Ooh, okay. It says karmic relationship. All right. This card says fleeting, triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with like the twin flame journey, soulmates, okay, you can have karmic twin flames and karmic soulmates as well. I feel like this relationship was definitely one for the books in regards to his viewpoint on it. Okay, I feel like and another word here, lessons. Okay, learning from the past. I feel like he may have really learned a lot from dating Megan. Okay, or again, seeing certain aspects about her personality or about their relationship that didn't really sit well with him. Okay, fleeting triggers, turmoil. You know, it's like the sex is really good, we have great fun times together, but in hindsight, it's like things might have been really like toxic between the two of them after a certain point. And then the last card that fell out, it says, not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, still angry. Okay, so clearly there's something here, you know, in his viewpoint or his thought process. Okay, because you know we're just talking about strictly just for him right now, guys. We haven't tapped into Megan just yet, but he doesn't want to even speak to her, I feel like. Or there was a certain point in time where you know, he just didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to talk to her, he didn't want to see her. You know, he created the boundaries. I really do feel like already he was the one that may have pulled the plug on this relationship. Okay, I'm getting that heavily already. He's upset about something here. Again, there was like a lot, some kind of toxicity here, or there was like a lens, or again like a filter, for lack of a better term right now, you know, of how she presented herself to him in the beginning versus how she presented herself to him toward the end of their relationship. Okay, yeah, it's like, and of course, you guys, you know, if you follow, you know, either Megan or Pardison on social media or places like the Shade Room, TMZ, or whatever, you didn't really hear much about them breaking up. It kind of just happened, you know. They just stopped posting each other. She deleted all of their pictures and videos together. It kind of just happened at the drop of a dime. I feel like he was kind of, I'm hearing the word railroaded. You know, he didn't really expect things to happen the way that they did, it seems like. Or I'm getting the sense that maybe she kind of started acting different or treating him differently. You know, there were certain things that he was seeing and realizing about her personality that may have changed, again, his perception or his viewpoint about this. And I think he really learned a lot from this relationship. Okay, and it kind of, I feel like he's almost avoidant with this not today card of other industry females. Does that make sense? Okay, they don't necessarily have to be rappers, but he may get attention from other women who are involved in the industry. And I feel like there's this sense of like, nah, I don't want to date another industry chick. I don't want to deal with the PR. I don't want to deal with none of that. You know, I feel like she may have tried to really reconcile or explain herself to him, but he wasn't having it. You know, he really like set boundaries up between the two of them, it seems like. And with this card saying boundaries, still angry, you know, there was something that clearly upset him or frustrated him with something here. And we're going to get to some tarot to clarify and dig a little deeper here, guys. But let's just tap into the oracle cards for Megan really quick, and then we'll backtrack and go back to party with some tarot to help us clarify that a little bit. All right, Holy Spirit, thank you for these concise messages. What are Megan's thoughts about this relationship between her and Pardison? Thank you. Where does Megan stand with her relationship with Pardison? Holy Spirit, thank you. It's funny because before I even read this card, I really was getting in my head just now. I got a download. I feel like, yes, she cared about him, but at the same time, I was hearing the word being used. I feel like she may have used him in certain aspects, okay? Because for you, those of you that don't know, Pardison is a writer, okay? He's not just a rapper, he's a writer as well. And he's written for other people in the industry, including Cardi B, okay? That's kind of where he got his start and like got really popular from, outside of making his own music. That relationship between him and Cardi B is really what kind of solidified him, right? So I feel like she may have used him and and his talents. Not to say that she's not talented, because Megan is clearly very beautiful, very talented person to make it to where she is now. But these artists, they have help too. They don't do everything on their own. They have help. They have producers, people who do the mixing, writers, and all that. So I feel like she really utilized him and maybe some of his relationships or connections, or again, some of his talent to help with her music as well. Okay, so this first card that fell out, it says kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's like a contrast here. I feel like I just said that a few minutes ago. I was like, I really feel as though she tried to get in contact with him, or like explain herself to him in a more open manner after the fact. But he just really just wasn't having it. And like I said, I do feel like she really cared about this person, but there was just a little bit more to the story than just, oh, I love you, you love me, and we're in this happy ever after relationship. It was definitely not just that. Okay. Yeah, I feel like she was definitely more affectionate toward him, because she knew the love he had for her was very genuine. So I really feel like she was kind of not caught off guard, but surprised to know that, hey, this person doesn't want to just be with me for my body, or for what I have, like money wise, or my connections. And I think that's what, his genuineness is what made her want to be more affectionate, not so this hot girl coach. You get what I'm saying, guys? I hope that makes sense. Affection, falling in love. She really had a soft space for him. But I just feel like other things, as far as like the industry goes, and certain other back end relationships, may have it kind of like deterred her, or caused her to act or be a certain way that he wasn't necessarily okay with anymore, right? Let's see. Let me get two more on this. Holy Spirit, what are her thoughts and feelings about this relationship with Pardison? Thank you. Let me get two more on this. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me get one more. Oops. Okay. I had two that fell out. I'm just going to take one. All right. So we have mirror. Okay. This says mirroring each other. Self-images. Relationships reflect our wounds. Introspection. Okay. Introspection. Like I just said, there was something about their relationship, or their connection, or him being such a genuine person, that made her want to be, again, like I said, not so much in that energy of hot girl summer, or hot girl coach, or F these dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's like she wanted to be different, or show herself in a different light to this person. Okay. Mirroring each other, self-images, relationships reflect our wounds. So there was definitely some healing that she didn't necessarily get to complete, or that she didn't go about the proper way before getting into this relationship. So a lot of her trauma and her hurt and her wounds were starting to come out in the midst of the relationship, I feel like. Okay. I get there's a sense that with mirroring each other, there was a lot here between the two of them that they shared between one another that was kind of similar, maybe in regards to their feelings or their past experiences. I don't want to, I'm hearing trauma bonding. I didn't want to say that, but I was hearing that. So maybe there were certain things that they could connect with that occurred in their past, that would be considered trauma bonding. Just as an example, the relationship between Megan and Tory Lanez, right? They got really close, developed a very deep connection for one another, but it was really based off of trauma bonding. They both like to drink a lot. They both lost their moms. Okay. So it was just a lot of trauma bonding that was keeping that connection the way it was. So there were probably certain things that they saw in each other that really just reminded them of themselves. You get what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Then he says hand of cards. Okay. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing your hand, gambling. I feel like with this coming out, again, it's like a perception, an image perception that she had, that he saw her one way, and then after a year, then 2 years, it started to change. Okay, not showing your hand. Okay, it's like she's showing him one thing, whereas on the other side of the coin, things are really like another way. You get what I'm saying? Taking a chance, a risk, being strategic. I feel like she didn't want this relationship to be PR, which is like public relations, okay? Stuff that you put out into the public for them to see, or just to have your name out there in the blogs, right? She didn't want it to be like that, I feel like. But she also knew that, kind of letting go of that hot girl coach, hot girl summer image, and being in a committed relationship with somebody, just being all about them. She knew that was kind of like a risk for her, being that her brand has been built so much off of, hot girl summer and F these dudes, get your money, you know what I'm saying? Party, 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 drink, drink, drink all the time. I feel as though her taking a chance and taking a risk on making this relationship public, she knew that, because again, her brand didn't necessarily correlate with what she was feeling for this man. Okay, but yeah, she took a chance anyway. They went public. I feel like it took a little while for her to really say, you know what, I'm just gonna go all out and be public with this, right? But at the same time, she may have felt, though, it may have like attracted a different type of audience, or a different perception about who she was, or the lifestyle that she was portraying. It's like you really love and care for a man on the inside, but on the outside, you're twerking all day, hot girl coach, hot girl summer. It doesn't correlate at all. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, to go back to Pardison real fast, with this karmic relationship, it's kind of like he knew that, he almost anticipated that, but this is a risk here. He still took that chance because he really, really felt for this girl. You get what I'm saying? His feelings were very genuine, I feel like. But let's just dive into some tarot and then see what else we can get out of this, because this is already kind of interesting, and there's definitely like a contrast here between the two. Holy Spirit, please give some clear and concise messages in regards to Pardison. Why is this camera energy here? Please give some clear and concise messages in regards to Pardison. How do you feel about this relationship with Megan? Thank you. Ooh, okay. Queen of Cups just flipped over. Ooh, and the Queen of Swords? Two queens, okay. And whether queen or king comes out, they're not gender specific, guys. It's just an energy, all right? Yeah, this is Pisces energy, and also Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm not sure what his sign is. I'm pretty sure it's like Capricorn or Virgo. Pardison Fontaine's birth sign, I'm not sure, but he may have some of these other signs somewhere aspected in his chart. Okay, yeah. These are very two polar opposite queens, very polar opposite energy. Okay, your Queen of Cups is somebody who is very compassionate. This is, that shoulder you can cry on when you're feeling upset or feeling hurt, and she'll be patient and listen and give you all the, lovey-dovey, heartfelt advice to make you feel better. Whereas the Queen of Swords, she's going to keep it very real with you, very blunt, very straightforward. She's not here to tell you what you want to hear. She's here to tell you what you need to hear. Very logical, okay? This is like using your logic over emotions. Whereas your Queen of Cups will probably make decisions based on her emotions versus her logic. Okay, two completely opposite energies here already. And I really feel like he had a lot of love for her. Queen of Cups is somebody who's got a lot of love to share, a lot of love to give. Okay, a very open heart. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Very caring, very nurturing energy as well. But then this Queen of Swords, it's not to say that they can't be nurturing, but it's like that's not the shoulder you'll go to cry on when you want to be held or caressed. You know what I'm saying? And Queen of Swords is very quick to cut somebody off or remove things that are not working for her or him out of their hair. Okay, I feel like there was a change here. You know, he went from being very compassionate, very caring, like, oh, like I'm so in love with you. I'm hearing like he was head over heels for this woman, you know. And the energy shifted almost kind of drastically, I feel like, to this cold, almost like not bitter, but like just I don't want to deal with it. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't have any room for your bullshit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Very cold, cut off energy, you know? It's very abrupt. And again, there's something here that changed in the relationship, that made him go from that Queen of Cups energy to the Queen of Swords, I feel like. Holy Spirit, what changed? What changed? Oh, okay. The Hangman just fell out. This is Pisces energy. This can talk about kind of like taking a break or a pause or making sacrifices, letting things go. Hangman can also talk about being enlightened, okay? Being enlightened to certain information or having a change of view or a change of heart, a change of perspective about something or somebody, okay? Yeah, it's like, and that's a major arcana. So it's like his perception definitely changed. And I don't think it was necessarily because of like stuff online or what she was posting, you know, because again, she's always come off and portrayed herself to be this hot girl summer, and you know, she's very open about her drinking and partying and all that stuff, okay? So he was aware of that already before he pursued her. But something here changed where he really had to let this go and sacrifice the relationship because he had a change of heart on something. What changed this viewpoint that he had, Holy Spirit? Thank you. What changed? What is it that changed his perception about her? Oh, Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. Okay, again, we have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. He may have like a lot of water in his chart somewhere. And then we have Aries, Leo, Sag with this Ace of Wands. Six of Cups can talk about memories and things from your past coming up, okay? Things kind of rearing their ugly head back from the past. Like recollection. This can also be like gift giving as well. Then you have the Ace of Wands. This is like a new start, a new beginning, being very passionate, you know, kind of like having an opportunity to take advantage of. I feel like, I don't want to say this, but it's very loud in my head. I feel like maybe she was sleeping with somebody, or, you know, may have started engaging with someone here from her past or something. Maybe that's why he like changed his perspective, or that just could have been, you know, one thing out of multiple things, you know, that made him change his viewpoint about her. Um, Six of Cups, it's like a soulmate energy as well, like a soulmate card, okay? Like past life energy. And on this card, it's like an older child giving a cup with flowers in it to a smaller child. I feel like maybe too he kind of felt less than compared to her. Not in a sense of being insecure or feeling invalidated, but it's like a sense of, okay, well, I make more money than you, so you're not better than me, or I can do this more, I can get that more than you, you know, I have more connections than you know, and it's not like he wasn't successful in his own right. It's just, I feel like there were certain instances where, and I want to say like where she, you know, maybe she got high a lot, maybe he didn't like that. When I think of this Ace of Wands, I think of like a blunt, you know, like someone may smoke a lot or something, but I just feel like, um, maybe someone from her past kind of came back around and maybe tried to start it or ignite something here. But it's like, again, because she was making a lot of money, very rich, very famous, right? I don't I don't think it was on purpose, but maybe just her demeanor or like her attitude towards him sometimes just made him feel less than. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and when they started dating, you know, she was already very famous, very big, had a lot of collabs with a lot of other famous people, you know, Grammys and all that shit. So it's like, you know, he wasn't insecure, but it was more so like, again, just, it's like she was just making him feel less than. I don't think it was on purpose, but it was just in her attitude and her demeanor, how she spoke. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that kind of maybe like triggered some past memories for him, like shit that he may have dealt with before. Again, realizing certain things or certain aspects about their current relationship kind of reminded him about stuff from the past. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I kind of get that sense. And that may have like really turned him off or made him feel some type of way. And again, just change the POV here or something. But why is this Queen of Swords here? Like, there's a lot of cut-off energy here, that's for sure with that. Very cold, like not very nice, you know? Queen of Swords is not the nicest person. But Page of Cups. Again, like the water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Like, yeah, it's like, again, like not insecure, but just feeling less than. A page in any suit is like an apprentice, someone who likes to learn. That's like the more quote unquote like immature court card out of all of them, you know, king, queens, or whatever. But this is coming out underneath the Queen of Swords. It's like I can talk about an engagement, or, you know, offering somebody a surprise, or just trying to like invite somebody out, like, hey, you want to go get a drink, you want to go get some coffee, you want to go to a movie, something small, like small gestures. Okay, I feel like he was very like sensitive about her when it came to her, you know, but it's like his views that changed about her kind of turned him from being very like, again, compassionate, very receptive, very loving, very caring, to being very cold. You know, it goes from like the Queen of Cups to the Page of Cups. So it's, again, kind of like not the same amount of feelings, same amount of love, same amount of care that was there before. Okay. With this Ace of Wands, this could be like in reference to like work, career as well, right? Just things that you're passionate about, taking action on things. I just feel like he felt like less than in his career or in his workspace because of like her giant Megan Thee Stallion cloud. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean to like, I don't mean to say it as if like he felt like his work wasn't good or he wasn't as talented. That's not the point. It's just when someone's ego is so big, it can kind of like overpower or overshadow all the rest of the relationship, right? I feel like he really tried to kind of like not be cold or not be cut her off in a way. It's like I keep hearing that, like I keep trying is what I'm hearing, but it's like it didn't work, you know. He may have like even apologized to her about something, or I don't know. It's weird. It's just not the same as how it was early on in the beginning, like at all, you know. I believe he does have a child. He may have a child or something. I don't know if it's like a boy or a girl, but I'm picking that up. He may have a kid, and I don't think she was ready for kids, like at all, guys. So that may have been like a little deterrent in their relationship. You know, it's like, you know, you don't want to have kids, so but I have a kid, so what are we gonna do there? You know, there was basically like no longevity to this. And it's like he knew that, she knew that, but they still took a risk anyway because they liked each other, they cared about each other, you know. But the feelings definitely changed here. I feel like it had to do with, again, just the ego making him feel small or less than. And it's like she may have been, you know, kind of involved with someone that she knew already from before. You get what I'm saying, guys? It doesn't have to necessarily be like an ex-boyfriend or whatever, okay? It could just have been someone that she was doing business with or whatever, with this Ace of Wands, like doing a project with or something that he just wasn't okay with. And I honestly, like, I get this energy from her where it's like okay, like I heard you, but I'm still gonna do what I want to do anyway, you know. And I just feel like after some time he just wasn't okay with that. And he's got, you know, not so much of a huge machine behind him the way she does. So a lot of PR comes from her end versus his. And I just feel like, you know, he wasn't really wasn't really feeling that, you know. He didn't want to be in a PR relationship. He wanted to be in a real relationship, not something that was to help her career or change how people viewed her. Like I said, there's a lot of genuine feeling and care coming from his end, where it's like it seems a little bit more planned out, a little bit more strategic on her end, but we'll clarify. So let's continue. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm having like a breathing issue right now. I don't know what's going on, but I feel very like short of breath. Like maybe somebody here maybe has like, between the two of them, has like really bad anxiety or something, or like asthma maybe. I don't know. I've personally never like heard either one of them talk about having asthma or whatever, but I feel like it's very hard to breathe. I don't know. Yeah, either like someone is just very short of breath or has like asthma, or I don't know. It's just weird. Or maybe just anxiety between the two of them. Again, like some type of trauma bonding, things that they both dealt with in their own personal lives. They were able to put them together and be with one another just based off of trauma, okay? Mirroring one another. But let's move on. Holy Spirit, why is this Kisses card here? How does she feel about this? Let me see. Ooh, okay, how does she feel about this? I knew it, yeah. Magician here. This is a very manipulative energy, guys. I'm going to see what else came out. High Priestess. Oof, geez. 31 on the timer as I said that. Let me get one more. If you guys are familiar with tarot, then, you know, the High Priestess, that's like someone who is in the energy of like being very quiet. They don't really talk. They know a lot, but they don't say a lot. Okay, this is someone who has like a lot of esoteric knowledge, a lot of hidden knowledge, okay, that they may not express or share on the outside with everybody else. It's like a very secretive energy, okay? And then you have the Magician card. This is like, obviously, you know, when you hear the Magician, it's like someone who is very good at manifesting. They're very good at what they do. You know, you have all the tools to make shit happen the way you want it to. But on the flip side of the coin, the Magician card is also kind of the trickster of the deck, okay? Depends what comes out around it, all right? Tarot cards can have fluctuating meanings depending on what else comes out. But yeah, this is like a manipulator, someone who can paint a picture or create an illusion to make something seem like what it actually isn't, okay? Just think of like a legitimate street magician, right? An illusionist, okay? It's like someone who can manipulate the elements to create a view, a concept, a thought, or whatever into how they want it to be, all right? And when I see the Magician and the High Priestess, this is giving me very heavy spiritual work as well. I don't know if she's into like spirituality and witchcraft and all that shit, but I do feel like some of that may have like played a hand here, okay? And I'm not talking about like, oh, she put a spell on him or whatever. No, but again, it's like showing a certain perception or a certain way of yourself that she actually wasn't, okay? And I feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes that she was, you know, keeping from him, all right? Keeping in secret, stuff that she wasn't being open and very clear about. All right. This is coming out underneath Mirror card, mirroring each other, self-image. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of things that she's like harboring inside that she didn't feel comfortable enough to share with him, I feel like, because again, it was like, I don't want to say like a mind game, but I just really feel like a lot of this had to do with like her image and her perception, and again, like a lot of ego. I don't know if you guys like watched the reading that I did between her and Tori. I've done like 2 of them already, so, and that always comes out like a very big ego, you know, and being kind of like self-absorbed, like insecure but also very self-absorbed. It's a very strange dynamic, you know. It's like you perceive that you're very secure and you're that bitch or whatever, but on the inside, you know, the shit that you keep from people is that you're very insecure. you know, and I feel like that's what's happening here. Why is this? Why else is this here? Because I don't, the Magician and the High Priestess, I don't really like that together. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was fast. Ooh, okay, Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing the word self-sufficient. Like, basically, she didn't really feel like she needed anybody, okay? She didn't really need him. I hate to say it like that, but it's like when you want to be with somebody, it's like you want to be with them, but you don't need them. Okay, she made it very clear that she didn't need him. And that's what I was saying. I feel like there was something there that was kind of like making him feel belittled or less than. And it's like, damn, like I want to do this and that for you, but you already do it by yourself. It's like, you don't need me. You know what I'm saying? And there's only like one person in all of these cards coming out for her. So it's like she felt very, again, self-sufficient. She makes her own money, has her own bag with this Queen of Pentacles. That's someone who is very financially stable, very financially secure. You know, they don't really want or need for anything, Queen or King of Pentacles, you know. And this is also like a very domesticated card. Now you guys know, like, her perception in the media, in the public, how she portrays herself is not very, you know, stay at home with the kids type, okay? Whereas the Queen of Pentacles is a very, like, usually married, okay, or in a stable relationship, or, you know, someone that takes care of the house, very domesticated. But this is coming out underneath the Magician. It's like, she portrayed that to like kind of keep him around, or it's like, yeah, like I want to have kids, I want to do this, but that's really not true. Like, that's not what she wanted at all. Like, okay, and then you have this Nine of Cups coming out. This is like a wish fulfillment, joy, gratitude, you know, being very happy, very satisfied with whatever you have. A lot of, since it's also someone who has like a lot of accomplishments. I just mentioned that before, you know, she's, you know, got a lot of different accolades, Grammy Awards, a lot of different collabs with very famous people. So there's a lot of rooms that she's in that he was not a part of, that he was not in along with her. And I feel that kind of like vindicated her in a weird way, you know, made her feel good about herself. And this is also someone who kind of like, obviously we know she's a heavy drinker, so that's standing out very heavily here with this Nine of Cups. Is someone who may kind of overindulge a little bit. And again, it's like she took a risk on this still, even though she wanted to be single. You know, with this Nine of Cups, it's like she didn't really, not that she didn't want to, but it was like, again, it was kind of like a means to an end. And it's like she knew that, but he didn't know that. He wasn't expecting that, basically, okay? Let me get two more. Let me see. Why is this High Priestess here? Ooh. Okay, the Four of Wands just flew out. This can talk about home life. Again, very domesticated matters. Reunions, weddings, baby showers, graduations, housewarming parties. Okay, this is also like buying a home. Four of Wands, that's like 11-11 energy. So there was like definitely like a spiritual connection here between them two. But you know, you could have a soulmate, but you can also have karmic soulmates, guys. Okay, Four of Wands can also talk about parties, get-togethers. Okay, again, like just celebrations. I feel like she was celebrating a lot of her wins and a lot of her accomplishments, but maybe not really, again, like inviting him to, I don't know, just for an example, like the Grammy parties, or I don't know, the Met Galas and shit like that. Like, yeah, you know, she'll go, like, yeah, I want to have a good time, I'll go by myself, whatever, I'll go with my friends or my other industry people. But I'm sorry, Pardison, you're not on this upper echelon. You get what I'm saying, guys? I really hope that makes sense. And it's like, it's just a weird manipulative energy. It's like she wouldn't just say it out loud. It was just very like, it was more so like in her actions, you know. And this Four of Wands is coming out underneath the High Priestess. Like I said before, it was like it's like acting as if you want to like have kids, you know, get married, do all this, that, and third. But like in hindsight, it was like that's not the case. It's not really truly what she felt. It's not truly what she wanted, even though that's how she portrayed herself to him. That's why I'm saying I really feel like his viewpoint changed about her once they really got a little bit more deeper and involved in this relationship. He started to realize that, you know. And this Queen of Pentacles and this Four of Wands, that gives me like real estate energy, like again, someone like being very domesticated, wanting to buy a house or something like that. It's like she spends a lot of money partying. Okay, she spent a lot of money on alcohol too, and just doing the most. I feel like, guys. Okay, Nine of Cups again is overindulging, drinking a lot. And I'm hearing like an argument in my head. It's like, why you do this? Why do you spend so much money on this? Like, why do you? I'm just hearing such a back and forth in my head, guys. I don't know how to explain this download that I'm having, but I'm getting very hot. I'm very warm. And I just feel like, you know, he was coming from this standpoint of like, why do you drink so much? What is wrong? Why don't you just talk to me instead of like putting all your feelings in alcohol and partying? You know what I'm saying? With this Nine of Cups and this Four of Wands. But it was like I want to say like she kind of pushed him away with that, you know? And it was like he didn't want to be part of that lifestyle. But it was kind of like she like was not forcing it on him, but it was like, you know, well, hey, if that's my girl, then that's my girl. But it was like that's not what he really wanted for himself, the way that she was doing it for herself, like going out all the time. I mean, again, the hot girl coach, hot girl summer type of persona, you know? And there was a lot of stuff I feel like about her home life and personal life that she didn't really share with him in 2 or 3 years of being with this person. A lot of manipulation going on. It was like a lot of like manipulation and secrecy about money. I feel like she may have like moved and relocated and didn't even tell him or something like that. It's just, and just again, being very caught off guard or railroaded with certain information or behavior, you know? And that might have been really like the downfall behind the two of them. Outside of this, like I said, I was seeing like a relationship or something here that he was unbeknownst to, okay? Let me get one more on this. Ooh, this is a lot. Okay. Oof, the Fool. This is like Aquarius Aries energy. It's coming out underneath the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it was like very... I'm hearing the word like self-centered, okay? It was like me. You're just party. You're just over here. You know, I'll get back with you when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's not funny, but it's kind of sad actually. But I feel like this is like a very back burner type of relationship, even though it was very public. At the same time, like in their reality and their everyday real life, you know, not what we're seeing just on like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, that bullshit. It was very, very like self-centered. And a lot of things kind of just revolved around her, you know. And yes, like her career kind of blew up at the time that they started dating, right? So I just feel like a lot of this energy is very focused around her. So this Fool card that can talk about taking risk, you know, kind of, it's also like a naive energy, but it's about kind of just going for it, you know, just go for it, just do it, you know, like Nike, like just do it, right? It's kind of the energy of being in like you don't really think about things before you do them, you kind of just do, right? It's like taking a leap of faith, taking it, being an adventurous person, someone who is very not really play by the rules. They kind of just do what they feel like, that makes whatever makes them feel good, they just do it, you know. Especially with this Nine of Cups, very self-sufficient, what's the word I'm looking for? it's like someone who just like does what they need to do to make themselves happy. Okay. And again, like all of these cards that are coming out for her, there's only one person in them besides this Four of Wands. But again, it's like a, you know, party, celebration, and like get together, just doing a lot type of energy, you know, being very sociable. You know, she's a very like social butterfly, and not to say that he's not. It was just too much for him, I feel like, you know. And again, you know, with this House of Cards coming out, taking a chance, taking a risk, gambling. This Fool card, you know, exudes that almost perfectly. Taking a risk, taking a leap of faith on something. She took a leap of faith on this relationship because she, again, I feel like really wanted to change her perception, or like change how the public was viewing her at the time. But it was already kind of too set in stone, you know? It was almost like, well, what do you mean you want to get married? What do you mean you're having kids? Like, it's not hot girl summer anymore, you know? So it was a lot to do with her career, like in the back of her mind, instead of just, you know, being at peace and just being in a relationship. There was like so much more that like played a part in this from her end versus him, where it's like, I just want to like, I just care about you. I just want to be with you. Like, you know, I love you. I care about you, but you're making this kind of like hard, or it's like, again, showing one way and not actually being that way. And I feel like it kind of really threw him off guard or hurt him and upset him to know that he was dealing with a particular type of person when he thought otherwise, you know. And I don't really like this Magician and the High Priestess coming out at all. It's like, it's very like manipulative, like very secretive, you know. And it just seems like a lot of this behind the scenes was more for her benefit versus just being in a relationship where you love somebody equally the way that they love you. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I just feel like that was really like the downfall, the damper in their relationship here. Yeah, definitely like a karmic relationship. And I think after the fact, he then realized that, again, learning lessons, realizing certain things, okay? Yeah, learning from the past. And it's not to say that he doesn't like miss her or whatever, or miss the fun that they were having, but I just feel like he respects his morality a little bit more. And I don't want to say like, oh, has more respect for himself than she does. I'm not gonna say that, but again, like there's more of like a moral standing of wanting to, you know, have a family, have kids, and be like a real thing, versus her is kind of just like, yeah, this is nice, but it's not who I am. It's not true to me, you know? And that's really unfortunate. I feel like she kind of really like led him on for a very long time to kind of just pull the rug from under his feet. And it seems like she's the type of person where she thought that he would stick around just for the simple fact that she is who she is. But with this Queen of Swords coming out and this Hangman, it's like, no, no. He wasn't going to just stick around for the fame or to be in the blogs or just to be attached to this person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like him pulling the plug on this was more for his sake, you know? Like, I don't have to deal with this, which is true. Like, good for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna leave this reading here. So I didn't want this to be as long as it was, but I really hope you guys got something from this, or if you like the reading, you like my style of doing readings, or if you want more of these, if there are certain subjects, people, topics you want me to dive into, definitely let me know, because this video was a request. So shout out to whoever requested this video. I don't know your name off the top of my head right now, but thank you for your request and your comment, and you know, diving into this energy. So I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.